MINI, a car manufacturer known for making small little compact vehicles, but not cars like this maybe. Today we're going to be looking at a car whose size doesn't actually fit its name and is MINI's first crossover, the MINI Cooper Countryman. So today I am going to be showing you around the MINI Cooper Countryman, but before we do, let's talk Cooper Countryman first. So the MINI Cooper Countryman was first visioned as the MINI crossover concept in 2008. Then in 2010 it was visioned as the MINI Beach Bomber concept until it was launched in 2010 as MINI's first crossover. But it's not only famous for being a conventional crossover, it also gained a reputation in rally racing, which is quite interesting for the fact that it's a MINI. But let's talk about the price first. In the US, a price of a used MINI Cooper Countryman from 2012 is usually priced at $10,000 to $20,000. In the UK, it is priced at just under £10,000. And in Indonesia, where we are now, the MINI Cooper Countryman from 2012 can cost around 400 million. But the MINI Cooper is actually quite closely related to Rolls-Royce because one, they're both British, and two, they're both owned by BMW. And because MINI is owned by BMW, the MINI Cooper Countryman is actually based on the BMW X1, just like the CLS in Mercedes-Benz is based on the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. And now let's talk about the details of the MINI Countryman, starting from the front. Right, so in the front you have the signature large grille, which is trimmed with chrome, and you have the signature round headlights from MINI, which use Xenon technology, and the headlights are also trimmed with chrome, and you can also find chrome accents in the bumper. And for some reason, the MINI Cooper Countryman comes with these black stripes on the hood, or as the Brits call the bonnet. So that's enough of the front. Now let's move on to the side of the car. Alright, so in the side of the Cooper Countryman, you have these electrically adjustable side view mirrors and this chrome trim that wraps around the car. You also have chrome door handles and a little bit of chrome accents in the front fenders. And in the front fenders, you also have these turn signals and a little vent, which sadly leads to nowhere. And you also have these black wheel arches in the side of the car. And because it's a Cooper Countryman and because it's a crossover, it has more ground clearance than its smaller brother. And if you look at it from the side, the Cooper Countryman is quite big, especially for a car that's named MINI. So while we're in the side, let's talk about the wheels. Right, now we are in the wheel of the Cooper Countryman, and this MINI Cooper Countryman uses 17-inch alloy rims with twin 5-spoke rims and are fitted with Pirelli tires, which are run flat. But for those of you who don't understand what run flat tires are, let me explain. So run flat tires, or RFT tires, are special tires that when punctured or are flat, it can still run at a certain speed. So, for example, if the MINI Cooper Countryman has a flat tire, it can still run at a certain speed for maybe to get the tires fixed. It's that simple. So that's enough of the wheel. Now let's move on to the back of the car. Right, so now we're in the back of the Cooper Countryman, and in the back you have the signature vertical tail lights, which are chrome trimmed, and there are also chrome accents in the rear bumper. And it also comes with a chrome exhaust. And the stripes which are in the front bonnet continues until the back of the MINI Cooper Countryman. And you also have the high mount stop lamp in the back. But if I were to look at the Cooper Countryman from the back, I wouldn't say it's MINI. I would say it more as how do you say it? Fat. Alright, so that's enough of the back. Now let's move on to the interior. Alright, so now we're in the interior of the Cooper Countryman, and we're going to start off in the front. So in the steering wheel, there are a few controls, for example, your volume and your call settings. And in the gauge cluster, it only shows your RPMs, but that's in front of you. In the middle, you have your speedometer, and it also shows your fuel levels. So in the center here, you have your handbrake, the gear lever for the 6-speed automatic transmission, and in front of the gear lever, you have these two cup holders, and in front of the cup holders, there's a little compartment space under here. And there are also the controls for the windows and the locks. And one thing I love about Mini is that some of the controls uses these chrome old school switches, which is just really nice. And on top of these switches, you have the climate controls with the digital screen over here, and in the speedometer, there's also another digital screen. Now let's try to open up the sunroof. So we need to open up the shade manually. Then this little switch in the middle, just flick that and hold. And if you want to close it, just flick it the other way. There, it's just as simple. I don't know if you can see this, but the Mini Cooper Countryman also comes with little ambient lights in the door handles. And you can change the ambient lights by flicking this switch over here. So you can have a variety of colors, for example, blue, purple, pink, red, yellow, orange, and many more. Right, so now we're in the back of the Mini Countryman, and I've got to say, it is really spacious. There's lots of legroom, lots of headroom, and even better, the rear seats are adjustable. You can also fold down the middle seat as well. And in the doors, you have this speaker, the chrome door handles with the ambient lights, and this little door handle along with the chrome switches for the windows. Right, so that's enough of the interior. Now let's move on to the trunk, or the boot. Alright, so now let's move on to the trunk of the Mini Cooper Countryman, which you can open up by pressing the Mini logo and just lift it up. So inside the trunk, or as the Brits call the boot, you have a reasonable amount of space, so you can fit like a couple of suitcases and quite a lot of bags. And the Mini Cooper Countryman also comes with a little first aid kit, which has Velcro in the back, so I can put it wherever I want. Right, so that's enough of the trunk. Now let's move on to the engine. Right, so under the hood, or as the Brits call the bonnet, we have a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine which produces about 121 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque, unlike its smaller brother which only has 3 cylinders. And the Cooper Countryman also has hydraulics to keep the bonnet up. So that is my review on the 2012 Mini Cooper Countryman. Thank you so much for watching this review. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.